LA is just different now,
What's
man.
going
What does that
on
mean?
in
What does that
LA
mean
now?
LA is different?
Sure. Everything
You're
is,
the king, bro. It's
everything
if it's
is
fucked, it's your fault.
It's just, yeah, it's not my fault, dude. I was just left. The castle burned down. I was the last cat. Like, what happened?
You got to build it back up,
I'm
man.
trying.
This is
We're
the
trying.
opportunity.
We're trying, but
It doesn't feel like you're trying. Bobby's in Hawaii every other week. You know what I mean? You're never nowhere to
I'm
be
never
found.
there because it's,
You don't want it.
It's segmented.
You don't want it.
Nah, dude.
You don't want the crown, bro.
I do want it. The
Nah,
problem
you don't want the crown,
The problem
bro.
is, it's heavy, dude. There's a lot of stolen jewels on the crown. You know what I mean? Like you
What do
take
you
it,
mean?
you're like,
Talk to me.
You're like, I don't know who
Talk
wore this
to me.
before, man. Did they wash their hair? It just it feels.
They didn't have hair.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember.
LA feels dirty. It
Yeah.
just feels like everyone's got a gun out. There is no sense of community. We talked about this before the show.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like there's
That's
a collective
top down,
whole.
though, bro.
Yeah, but the problem
what
is
Joe did.
because everybody
Everybody fell
left.
in line.
But because they left, now everyone kind of feels like they're in their own little competitive circle.
Because they're waiting for somebody to extend the olive branch, man.
A guy with a Netflix special and maybe a couple movies with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I need
TV
another one from
shows.
Kev. I don't know what Kevin, you know. We can call him on the show.
That is the thing I've noticed, especially in like this career, is like everybody is naturally kind of out for themselves, right? Because
You have to
they've
be.
worked their entire life to get to this point, right? And they think that. I'm not saying everybody thinks. A lot of people think like, oh, if I'm helping this person, if I'm using resources to help that person, maybe I won't get the thing I want.
Right.
And the way Joe flipped it on his head is he's like, I'm just going to help everybody. And then it just made him so much bigger because it was almost like the Drake formula where it's like Drake puts on everybody and then everybody is Drake is everybody's biggest fan.
The tide rises all ships, you know.
Whatever,
what I mean?
yeah. It lifts all ships.
It lifts all ships. It truly is.
So now everybody
He's at a
is-
high, but he was at a high level when he did that.
Sure.
The problem is like you need to reach a level where you're kind of one of the only ones on there, and then go, all right, let's go. I'm going to pull
What is
everybody.
the level
up.
where you like sell out 4 shows at the Wilbur? And
No.
maybe you're-
The level is where you have so much of a history in comedy that's built in, that you've built up, where everybody kind of looks to you a little bit already. Like everyone kind of looked to Joe already to be like, what is he doing on the next thing? People have to
Think
be
there's
looking.
anybody that could do it? Like I know
You think
Chappelle loves helping people.
That sounds like an,
yeah, it's,
you think that sounds like an excuse coming from Andrew Santino?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely.
I think that sounds like an excuse
you gotta
coming
be
from
a
Andrew
big enough. I'm not
Santino.
big enough. You got to be a big enough because there's a lot of guys that are bigger than me in LA, but they're not taking it. Like Jeselnik is bigger than me, and he's an LA guy, and he's not. That's not his thing. You know.
Shots fired.
Is there anybody stealing jokes? You got to call them out on stage.
Who's
That's
stealing
how you-
jokes?
Oh yeah. If there's anything, you have to have that moment.
Continue the cycle.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You have that moment.
Imagine they let Mencia back into the store and then I clip him again. We just recreate the video. Ned, you're stealing from me.
Bring Ari on stage again, the whole deal.
He'll do it. Yeah. But also, it's like there is something about the
I hear
vibe
what
in
you're
LA
saying.
that's so fragmented now.
Well,
like
yeah.
everyone is kind of going their own way.
Well, because
doing their
now
own-
there's not, okay, like when there is a benevolent king, everybody knows who is potentially their savior.
Yeah.
Right? So everybody knows how to, fall in line.
fall in line is kind of what
It's
happens.
like,
yeah.
we were talking about this the other day about like stories, but like essentially all like the stories in the Bible or something like that just reinforce the behavior of the tribe, right? It's like every story is like, hey, this is how you should act.
Right.
This is how you should treat people, and
white
this
privilege,
is good.
by the way. That's what that was. That
Damn
was white
right.
privilege.
I mean, it
even
was
back then.
Browns, then Browns wrote that shit.
So you guys started all this shit.
I'm sorry.
You were chilling in the fucking...
Yeah, that's our
We weren't bothering nobody.
We were up north.
Yeah, yeah, we weren't
We
there.
were up north minding our own fucking business until you brought your goddamn Christianity to us.
Why you gotta call it goddamn Christianity?
I know, right?
Just saying. We believed in multiple gods.
Yeah.
We did. We were Norsemen.
Yeah, you were.
Were we Norsemen, bro?
Jesus,
yes, we were.
polytheistic.
Oh,
Jesus.
yo, we were all about that polytheism.
Yeah, and then Black Jesus came through.
Then these fucking blacks and their Jesus.
Son, you're
Imagine
welcome.
the first time.
No, but seriously, thank you.
Sign up.
Heaven seems fire, bro. Like, your guys' heaven?
Yeah.
The first time they
invited to the
decided to paint Jesus, when they painted him
Blacks
white.
did really invent heaven because even like your white parties are just like heaven. Like it's the same idea.
Son, the all-white party? That's just
Oh,
lit.
yeah. That's a good point.
Heaven on earth, baby.
Yo, Jesus
That's how
was
we do
black,
it.
bro.
We know this.
Nah.
You don't think?
He was tan. He was dark.
He's like,
He was dark.
how dark?
But maybe he was black.
He was like Cheetah. You know? He's still black.
You
Yeah.
think he's kind of like him?
He looked closer to him.
What about Al? You think? I think Jesus could be like Al.
I mean,
Yeah, with the shape
a
up.
little too much in the sun, he might
No,
get a
because
tan.
it had to be somewhere in the middle. It had to be like just tan.
I like how white people are willing to give Middle Eastern, but they're like, we're not going black. For years, it was like blonde hair, blue eyes. And I'm like, all right, eat something.
That sounds like progress to me.
He could have been all of us. That,
Yeah, but he's not bronze skin and curly hair. I don't see it.
I mean, he literally is that.
Yeah,
No,
I think
but
he's that.
bronze?
I think he's that.
What do you look? Take off your glasses.
Nah, that's not bronze.
That's
not
bronze.
You're really splitting hairs here. You're splitting curly hairs.
Bronze.
You're pretty close. He's about as close to bronze as you can get.
Yeah.
All right, fuck you.
He
guys.
will be.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, it is. I think he looked more like that.
Point I'm saying is the guy that everybody was looking to, right, was the guy who was the most generous. And so everybody was like, all right, well, I better act accordingly. Like, you know, if I
I'm
want
not generous. I'm not gonna get on Rogan ever. He's gonna see me being shitty.
Yeah.
you know, so
You're still doing it self-servingly, but the king is setting a precedent where you're
where everybody
self-serving
should
in a
be
benevolent or
serving
like
the
a
group. So
Well, then,
you
okay,
gotta set the
all right.
fucking tone, bro.
I'm not moving to New York then. I switched it up. I'm staying.
Staying in LA.
Oh, wait,
Staying in LA. Fuck New York. Thank you, Andrew Schulz.
I love this for you.
The king is back, baby. It's something. Things need to change out there, but I think it's just a time and comedy needs to shift again too. We've talked.
Like what?
I've talked about this. Everyone talks about like what club is doing better or what
club is doing the best?
Well, the store is always kind of a standby, you know what I mean? But like the Improv took a big dip and now the Improv is back a little bit, but they all kind of go through these waves. So does the city of comedy. It's just, that's the way LA has always operated because comedy in New York is, and we don't have to fucking go inside baseball enough. Some of these fans are like, fucking checking out. But comedy in New York is ever changing with the city itself. You're not attached to the business. We still have a piece of us that are attached to the business. So it's
By
a
the
part
business,
of
he means like
Hollywood. It's
film,
part of our
TV.
culture. So
Yeah.
like it's inherently going to affect who's doing stand up and who's staying in LA for a while, and it changes the scene. That doesn't happen here. I mean, it just is not a part of the culture.
Yeah.
And whether or not it's like super deliberate, it just happens. It ends up being a part of it. Right?
100%.
So I think that's kind of part of LA's growth cycles are when it's humming and things are working and young people are getting up and getting more in Hollywood and their names become bigger. And it helps the scene in LA kind of grow and thrive.
I also think part of the Rogan thing was because people who move to LA, you're like you said, you're drawn to, even if you're a comic, you're drawn to show business in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But once Rogan popped up, it's like, oh, maybe I can make money without that. I don't need to cater to that.
Yeah, that was
And now,
that's a healthy way to think because he made it possible for people to even feel that way, even if it wasn't going to be true.
maybe you need to remind them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Maybe you need to get some more bad friends.
Is it also possible that people are more reluctant to get as close to one another because we don't know what their other people are doing in their private
No,
life?
see, I think it's less. I think that.
You think it's documentaries?
I think people think that.
Yeah.
People afraid of docs.
Yo, the docs are
No, you know what it
crazy,
is? I
bro.
think I know what you mean, but I think
Yeah.
it truly it's more about we're so self-serving as comics.
Yeah.
Everyone is selfish. Every comic you know is a selfish person.
Oh, yeah.
Your
Yeah.
degrees of selfishness are vary, but because we're self-serving, that city makes you even more self-serving. Because I don't have to see you, dude. I can get in my car, go to a spot, and I can go home to my family. And people can do that every night of the week.
See, Schulz is slick. Oh, sorry, slick. I can't even talk with you.
Yeah,
What
you're
I
like,
do? What I do?
you're
Why am
like-
I slick?
Yeah, why is he
There's,
slick?
there's
Why
only
am I
room
slick?
for one New York Andrew. That's why. He's trying to keep him
Why
over
do you
there.
want me out of
He's
here?
trying to keep him over there. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I
I
see
didn't
it.
even
I
see
see
it,
that.
dog.
How'd you touch me?
That was crafty. Honestly, that was crafty.
I like that. I like
I
that. Yo,
was
King of
slipping.
LA.
Andrew
Keep your
asked
ass
too,
over
bro.
there.
It's
I
like
gassed him. I was like, yo, LA
I know.
needs you.
He's sick.
Oh, you're
Don't leave.
true.
You can't leave.
Whoa.
No, but we don't need to see each
But
other.
now I need to do reverse psychology. Now I need to get you to New York.
Oh, yeah.
You know they made documentaries illegal here?
Yeah.
They literally made
do docs in New York.
They made documentaries illegal in this city, bro.
All right. I'm on my way.
Everybody in LA, first JetBlue mid-flight to the city.
Hey, I'm coming. I'm moving. I wanted to change though. I do want to come here for a while because I want to feel something different for a while.
What do you want to feel?
I just want a new scene, man. I want to work the clubs here. And I also want just a little bit
Just trying
different.
to
of a
find
life.
yourself, you know?
Yeah, but
This is your India.
You know what? This is. You know what I've said before? I'm 40 this year.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I don't like
Me
midlife
too, bro.
crisis. I like midlife assessment. You're reassessing where you're going and what you want.
I hate the term
that's
midlife
so-
crisis. I think it is.
That's
the
why I don't
most
say assessment, dude. I say
insulting
it's a midlife
Y'all
assessment.
sound so fucking old, dog.
Yeah. No. Midlife, not old.
It takes
Midlife, though.
this idea that like a guy reaches midlife and then starts buying like nice shit. He's having a crisis. It takes your whole life to have the money to buy a
That's
fucking
what it really
Ferrari.
is.
It's not a crisis.
No.
We have to buy things for ourselves.
You finally got it. That's all it is. Yeah, I
that's
could
what
afford
it.
it.
I worked hard.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
fucking 20 straight years.
Yeah, they came to me.
So you can move to a real city.
Well, I want to.
you earned it, bro.
I want it because.
You're sick of them fucking Jews running Hollywood.
That's
No,
what you said.
You can't say these things. That's anti-Semitic when you say that, dude.
No, I love how they run it.
What?
I think they're doing a great job. I think they're doing a fantastic job.
I mean, Sonny-
I like all the movies.
Hollywood's amazing.
Cut to a clip right now.
Shawshank Redemption, great movie. That's one of my favorite movies, Shawshank Redemption.
I want to cut to like a commercial of you reading like a note being like, I am not anti-Semitic. I would like to
Denounce
say sorry
anti-Semitism.
to all of my friends and brothers in the. Yeah, please. If I was leaving Hollywood because of Jews, you think I'd move to New York? That's like the worst move I've ever made.
Welcome to Williamsburg, baby.
Yeah, walking into it. No, but I do think I just want to feel something different, and
Yeah.
also I've.
Are you bringing the wife out, or are you going to keep her out there?
No. She stays in L.A.
You're a real man, bro.
No, she's excited.
You're
dude.
a
She
fucking
likes
real
New York.
man, dude.
Yeah.
That's real man shit.
Yeah, you stay here.
What?
You wait for me, baby.
How did you even break it to her? Like,
She's chained up.
whoa.
No, you know what I said?
Ankle or neck?
You know what I said? Both.
Cue the documentary.
The neck is connected to the ankle. Yeah. He keeps his wife chained up.
The opening of the doc.
I told her. Well, I actually asked her. I said, because we had some stuff in our family lives that affected us deeply. That was real. Personal stuff in our family lives, both of our families. Some shit, you know.
Did Bobby make fun of you about it? Because I saw a clip of that was very insensitive.
Yeah, he's an insensitive piece of shit.
He was making
I
fun
was
of
open
your-
about it. I talk about it in my special that my dad, got diagnosed with cancer and he's
no.
gonna be okay. But like, it affected us in a way where we started to like.
What type?
I don't get into it.
Okay.
But it was all like, it affected us in a way where I was like, oh shit.
I really want to.
Are we gonna see? Are we
really
gonna
wanna
see
know
my?
what
How many more times am I gonna
as it
see
keeps
my
going?
dad?
You want to be.
Yeah, so I thought like maybe we want to let's change our lives to go in. Well, I got skin cancer. That's coming no matter what. You can't escape skin. But I was like, how many more years do I have left?
Yeah.
with
Wait.
with family.
With family.
as a whole, just an idea. So I was like, do we want to be stuck out here, or can we have more freedoms to go where we want to go and pull my family to different
prostate,
places?
maybe?
I'm not gonna tell you, man.
Fucking guy.
But
He's
it's
an
something
animal.
that he can.
These
come
Indians,
back
dude,
from?
they go to pre-med.
Yeah,
and they're like, they gotta-
He's so curious.
He wants to help you, but is it something he
I
can
might
come
know
back
a
from?
guy.
No, he's fine. He's good.
So he's survived it.
He's gonna be okay.
But it
Is
caused.
it colon? Is it colon?
Guys,
He's fine.
You cannot just keep
I've
asking.
had a lot of
This
cancer
is
in my
insensitive.
fucking
No, I know,
family,
but he's
dude.
gonna,
A lot.
he's gonna be
Insensitive to
fine.
Heaps of cancer.
He's gonna be fine. But it just like it got me.
colon,
in a way.
right?
No,
Maybe it's
you can't keep
testicular
asking. He doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to talk
You got
about
the
it.
testicular joint, don't you?
No, I just have.
Take your fucking teeth out.
I
You're stumbling everywhere.
Please let me wear it. Spit it out.
I thought I had testicular cancer.
Why, you have varicose veins in your balls?
I have a lump on my testicle. I've had it for years.
Oh, but that's fine.
Is it the other ball?
Yeah, that's another thing. it could
Yeah,
be.
you have to be careful with that. It could just be, there's supposed to be two.
Oh,
Get out of
shit.
fucking.
There's two balls. Yeah.
Yeah,
So if you
yeah,
feel a lump next to the other one, that's just your other ball.
Yeah,
Don't even
yeah,
worry
yeah.
about it.
There's only one. There's only one.
yeah.
No, seriously, he checked it. It was
Now,
fine.
did you feel it or
My
Bobby
mouth.
felt it on his chin? What was it?
You do mouth tests. You don't do mouth tests with your boys? Mouth test, and you just
That's how we tested COVID on the show, actually.
gargle salt when you got a sore throat. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same. And we dip.
Yeah. Baby
You
bird.
can always feel which weight of the tongue is heavier when I dip his.